Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is AJ and today we're going to be talking about how to live your dream life without a really high income. Over the years, I have realized that you actually don't need a really huge income for you to live your dream life. Before you do that, you actually have to define what your dream life is. Because the dream life I prefer to might not be the same that you want. So you have to sit down and figure out what your dream life is. Because for me, a dream life, it can be financial freedom, being able to pay for the things I want, be able to take care of my family, pay my bills without any problem, being able to travel anywhere I want in the world without having to worry about the balance in my bank account. That's my dream life. So you have to sit down and ask yourself what your dream life is. And the moment you define your dream life, that is when you can actually start working on it. And when you're choosing your dream life, it has to be a life that is going to make you happy. It has to be a lifestyle that is going to make you feel fulfilled. You'll be living a life with purpose, even without you having to worry about the amount of income that you have in your bank account. So that will take you a while before you figure it out. But it's always up to you. It's always about your preferences. It's always about what you're chasing as an individual when it comes to hitting your financial freedom early enough. For you to be able to achieve your dream life, you have to focus on value, not things. You have to focus on value and not things, not materialistic things. So you have to choose experiences, relationships, and purpose. That is something that is going to make you happy, and as you keep on living, you're going to realize that you fulfilled because of what you are working on. Because trust me, it doesn't matter how much you have, how much money you have in your bank account. It doesn't matter how many expensive cars you have in your garage. It will all come to one thing: how you are living that life, how happy you are when it comes to everything that is revolving in your life. So sometimes we fail to understand that our happiness actually are not linked to the things that we are chasing in life. Don't get me wrong, having money is actually a really good thing, but the moment you're chasing it and you are getting it, it will reach at a point whereby the money that you're earning is not enough for you to live your dream life that you actually preferred. So you'll have to go back to the basics. You have to go back to experiences. You have to go back to your relationships, and you have to sit down and ask yourself, what am I working on? Which kind of lifestyle do I want to lead? Who do I want to be remembered as when I'm gone? Some things like that are what are going to pop up in your mind. So don't let the chase of money that you are on right now define everything that you're actually working on. So you have to be smart about that, and don't let it control your life. You have to choose experiences over things, because if you're working so hard to attain financial freedom, what next? When you have attained that financial freedom, what next are you going to work on? The answer to what next you're going to work on, that is what is actually going to give you your dream life. When it comes to focusing on value and not materialistic things, there's one thing that is going to click in your mind, and that is lifestyle choices. Which lifestyle do you want to lead? In my case, I want to be a minimalist. I'm going to be focusing on experiences, on relationships, on my purpose, and actually what drives me to the places that I want to be. So I'm not going to be focusing on purchasing more things, simply because I know deep down that they are not going to make me happy, and they're only going to drain me. So if you choose minimalism, then this means your answer is going to be on you relying on less purchases, on you focusing on experiences than the materialistic things that we all chase to acquire in life. And that is what is going to make it possible for you to live the dream life that you're chasing. You don't need a huge income for you to live your dream life, simply because you can use the art of budgeting. Budgeting and prioritizing, these are your superpowers. The moment you sit down and check out the amount of money that you earn in a month, and prioritize and budget right on the things that actually really makes you happy. Just forget about everything else that everyone is talking about. Just forget about the trends you see online. Just focus on what you really need for you to be happy. You're going to realize that there are actually few things. As long as you pay your rent, as long as you get a really good place to sleep, you have you have enough food for you to feed yourself and even maybe your family, and even when you are capable of helping out your family and your friends and people who are in need, this actually, you're going to realize this is the only thing that actually makes you happy. So the other things that are coming in, partying, clubbing, getting wasted, and other things that really don't make your life that bigger, you're going to realize that they're really unnecessary and you actually don't need them. All those things that are wasting your money, you actually don't need them for you to achieve your dream life. You're going to realize that you need a really small income for you to live your dream life. And to be honest, if you're actually the kind of person who is actually navigating his or her lifestyle with the little income that you earn, it's going to be stress-free. You're going to find that it's easier for you to craft a budget that works for you. It's easier for you to stick to what you are working on. It's going to give you that discipline, and you are not going to feel stressed or overwhelmed like someone who is actually having thousands of expenses to deal with. So the art of budgeting and prioritizing is really important, and which is going to enable you to achieve your dream life. Because the moment you start cutting down things that actually don't make you happy, you are going to realize that you're saving lots more of money, and the income that seemed to be less or was too little for you is actually covering everything that you want. Guys, and this is the goal. This is what we are working on here. We want to achieve that dream life. So you're going to realize that you actually don't need that huge income for you to be able to live the life that you really want. It's all about a matter of prioritizing and having a budget that is covering everything that you need. Is short and sweet, is clear and simple for you to understand. And that's when you're going to realize that, man, I actually don't need $5,000 in a month for me to live the lifestyle that I wanted, because everything else that is coming after the needs, and wants is unnecessary. You're going to realize that I have to be living because the purpose of this life that you're living is for you to enjoy it. Because if you're working so hard to earn money, to build relationships, all those things we are doing so that we can have an amazing lifestyle, so that we can enjoy life, so that we can live, so that we can don't just exist but living a life, not just surviving. So sit down and craft your budget in a way that it makes you happy. Make sure everything that you need for you to be happy, for you to enjoy your time with your family, with your friends, with your loved one, your budget is covering it all. If you know that once in a while you want to go on a vacation with your girlfriend or boyfriend, make sure that is included. If you have to send your parents or your family some money so that they can be happy celebrating their holidays, you have to include that in your budget. The moment you're covering the tiny things that actually really matter to you, you're going to realize that, man, I actually don't need a really big income, and I'm comfortable where I am. The only thing that I have to focus on is living and building more when it comes to leveling up, when it comes to chasing my financial goals. When it comes to the dream life that you're building, location flexibility can change everything. In my case, where do I want to live in a few years from now? Maybe I want to be in Indonesia, because it's a low-cost country that can help me reduce the amount of hours that I work, that can help me focus on myself, because I don't have to work 50 hours a week for me to cover everything that I need. In my case, I'm a guy who likes traveling. I like the digital nomad lifestyle. So if that's my dream life, that is what I will do. I'll move to a country that has lower cost, At the same time, I have my side hustles that are always online. I can work remotely, so this one gives me the peace of mind. So I can choose to go to Indonesia, I can choose to go to India, I can choose to go to Philippines, and I can live my life happily. That is my dream life, you know. In my case, so I'll have to work on things that are going to enable me to move to a certain location. That is me creating my dream life. So if you're able to move from one location to another, especially when the other location that you're choosing to move to is going to favor the dream life that you're working on, it's going to be really amazing and easier for you to achieve your dream life very easily. So it's a matter of you deciding where you want to be, you know. It's a matter of you deciding, do I want to live in my van? Yeah, I can actually live in my van. I can move from Africa to Europe, and I can enjoy life without having to worry about paying rents, about having lots of things to take care of, about being overwhelmed because of mortgages and so forth and so on. So this is up to you. So if you can shift locations, if you are able to make a choice that can help you shift location and work in your favor, that is going to be really great. That is going to help you achieve the dream life that you're thinking of. And actually, with all this that I've talked about, you don't need a really huge income for you to achieve that. It's only a matter of prioritizing what's really important for you, what works for you, and what is going to make you happy, and cutting out the unnecessary noises. For you to achieve your dream life, you don't want to work 50 hours a week for you to be able to afford everything, you know, when it comes to your expenses. You actually need to create several streams of income. They can be small ones, side hustles. They can be you can be investing in something. It can be freelancing. It can be active gigs that are here and there that don't require you to work for hours for you to get paid. You can do that. The small income streams that you have are going to give you some dollars here and there. These dollars are going to add up, and you're going to find yourself having a decent income that is going to enable you to achieve your dream life. So you have to sit down and think for yourself, which kind of a dream life are you working on? You know, which kind of dream life do you find yourself fitting in? And choose the income streams that you can work on, either remote ones, either passive ones. But in my case, I prefer passive income streams. If I have four or five of them, and I have maybe one or maybe two active gigs that I'm working on that don't require me to work for hours, this is actually going to make me really happy. This is going to enable me to achieve the lifestyle that I'm working on. And this is because I'm just being smart about it. If I earn $60 in my first income stream, and the second one 80, and the third one maybe 40, and the fifth one maybe 60, guys, that is going to add up and enable me to have a really decent income without me working 50 hours a week, and that's really, really important. When you think about it, it's actually really helpful. So think of the passive income streams that you can work on. It can be passive or it can be active. Everyone has his or her choice. So go for what that is going to work for you, and put your gas on that. In a few years from now, you're going to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Achieving your dream life is all about being in a position that actually you feel fulfilled about. You are happy, you don't feel drained, you don't feel overwhelmed by anything. You're just living your life the way you want it to be. That can be your dream life. A life that you are happy about, a life that is not draining you in any way. And that, for you to do that, you have to take leverage of the free or affordable joy, like nature. If you're someone who is always happy walking in the forest, watching the ocean, bird watching, if you're someone who is always happy interacting with other people, meeting new people while traveling, that is what you have to do, because that is actually your dream life. If you're someone who always finds purpose in teaching other people new things, things that are going to help them improve their lives, and it makes you happy, keep on doing that. In my case, maybe I like creating YouTube videos, because I know in a few years from now, the message that I'm sharing here is going to reach a really larger audience that are going to help, are going to find the benefit of this content to level up their lives. Then I'll keep doing this, because this is my dream life. So leverage the free things, that free things or affordable things that are going to give you joy. The experiences you're going to get when leveraging these free things or affordable things are going to give you a peace of mind. You're going to feel refreshed. You're going to feel that you have a purpose. You're going to feel that you are making a difference in someone's life, and that is going to make you happy. So always choose experiences over the possessions, over materialistic things, and this is likely to give you the dream life that you are planning, you are thinking of. You need to shift your mindset, scarcity versus abundance. Actually, if you're earning a small income, it doesn't mean you live a small life, and if you're earning a huge income, it doesn't mean you live a really great life. So you have to check things in that angle. You can be earning a small income and still be able to take care of everything that you really want. As I talked about earlier, it's only a matter of prioritizing, prioritizing things that make you happy, things that actually work for you, things that you need your income to take care of, and that is what is going to make you happy. In abundance, be someone who is contented with what you have. Be contented with the amount of money you earn, but don't let it root you down from working on things that are going to explore your growth. So shift your mindset in that angle, and you're going to find out that actually living your dream life is very, very easy, and you don't need so much money for you to achieve it. Another thing to add on is always living intentionally. When you live intentionally, it actually creates the feeling of abundance, and you get to feel that you actually don't need more for you to live your dream life. Something else that is going to enable you to achieve your dream life is actually investing in yourself. Take a moment and think of ways you can invest yourself. It can be knowledge, it can be some skills. Take your time to learn these skills. These are going to change everything when it comes to how you want your dream life to be. So the moment you focus on investing in yourself and not other things out there, because when you choose to invest in yourself, you're likely going to forget about the materialistic things that everyone is chasing, that everyone is fighting for. And this is going to give you time to focus on yourself. This is going to give you the moment to love yourself deeper, and you get to realize yourself in a deeper level, connect with yourself and other people who are close to you. And this is going to give you the dream life that you have been working on. Because after all, we're working so hard so that we can be able to live comfortably and happily, so that when we are in our sick bed, we have people surrounding us, people who care about us, and not what we have been working all our lives to earn. This is all about that. So invest in yourself. It can be learning new skills, it can be nurturing new hobbies, it can be buying yourself things that are going to add joy in your life. This is what you have to do. And the investing in yourself is very important, because the moment you realize that you are at your full potential, it's going to help you live your life to the fullest, because it's all about your dream life, and it starts with you and not someone else. When it comes to investing in yourself, also focus on your health. Make sure that you eat healthy, make sure that you work out, make sure that you are taking yourself to the checkups now and then, frequently, here and there. If you feel that maybe there's something wrong with your body, make the habit of taking care of yourself, because when you are healthy, this is also investing in yourself, and this is going to enable you to achieve your dream life. Because if you are not healthy, you are not going to be able to do anything else that I've been talking about in this video that is going to make it possible for you to live your dream life. When I'm talking about achieving your dream life, it's really not it's not a huge thing that you have to think about. You know, when you set your dream life, you set yourself towards the path of achieving your dream life. It doesn't have to be a really big thing. You can actually break down the dream life, you know, into smaller goals. You know, if it's about saving $1,000 in a year, or maybe if it's doing budgeting on certain thing, maybe if it's buying a house for your parents, or maybe it's about traveling to a certain destination. You know, these are you can break them down into smaller goals, and the moment you keep on achieving the smaller goals, it's also going to give you the sense of you actually living that dream life. And it's going to be possible because when you look at the dream life that we are talking about in an overall state, it's going to be really intimidating. It can be really tough for you to figure out on where to start with. But the moment you break down your dream life into smaller goals, it's going to be easier for you to move from one thing to the other, and you're going to feel that you're making progress when it comes to that, without being stressed or feeling overwhelmed about the idea of actually achieving your dream life. We can be working so hard for so many things in our lives, but at last, the only thing that is going to matter is the ultimate freedom. For your freedom is everything, is the luxury that we can't afford to lose. So when you're actually chasing your dream life, don't forget that at the end, you'll need to settle down, you'll need to enjoy the fruits of your labor, you'll need peace of mind, you know, you'll need tranquility, you'll need to focus on yourself, you'll need to focus on the relationships that you have been building with your family, with your friends, with people you've met outside there while traveling or working. Because you can be working so hard to achieve your dream life, but if your dream life is not going to give you the freedom that you actually need for you to enjoy what you have been working on, there's no point at all. You will have done nothing. You'll end up in a state whereby you're stressed, you're depressed, simply because the life that you try to chase for so long doesn't give you what you really want. Because trust me, even if you're fighting so hard to be a millionaire or a billionaire, if that state of being a millionaire or a billionaire doesn't give you happiness, doesn't give you freedom, it's actually not your dream life. If you can live happily and enjoy the small income that you earn, and the small income that you earn takes care of every bill that you have, that is your dream life. That is a dream life. Because after all, we are working so hard so that we can be able to achieve our goals, be able to take care of our bills, and be able to buy the things that we want, or get ourselves in experiences that makes us happy. The freedom of time, choice, and peace of mind are greater than any paycheck that is huge and doesn't give you anything, or gives you none of that.